I'm talking about. This is going to be an awesome video today. If you thought that my last videos were controversial, you ain't seen nothing yet. So hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to this channel. This channel is not at all conventional, 0%. This channel goes against everything you've been taught concerning money and finances, and everything that your parents taught you, your grandparents taught you, your papa taught you. If you're in the South, your parrain taught you, your nana taught you. I pretty much go against everything that you've learned when it comes to money and how you think about your money. That's why I intentionally named this channel Minority Money Mindset. I wanted to let you know upfront right away that this channel was not going to teach you to think like the majority, was not going to teach you to think and move like everybody else, but I was going to come at you in some unconventional ways that could probably influence you and change your life, right? So let's talk about it. Now, I don't always agree. I'm Shon-Jhon, by the way. Let me introduce myself. I've been in bad situations financially most of my life. It was only 2020 when my life started turning around. So for most of my life, I was poor. I was born into it. It's what I knew. You know, it was the way it was, right? I didn't choose my parents. You didn't choose your parents. I would have probably chose something different, but you know, we learn, we live, and then we get to a point where we get to make our own decisions, and that's what it's about. So you guys are going to join me. I'm on my way to grab some lunch and then head back to get a little work done today. I typically don't really do anything work related on Fridays, and I'm thinking about doing Mondays too. I'm just thinking, because I work 1 hour a week. If you know me, if you watch my channels, whether you watch this one or the Middleman CEO, you know that I have a business that I run from my phone, and so I only work about 1 hour a week because I have a virtual assistant who does the majority of the work. So I kind of get to do whatever I want to do with my life and whatever I want to do with my day. And so that gives me freedom. I don't make $1 million a year. I always tell you guys, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but that's not the goal. Don't make the money the goal. Make freedom the goal. If you make freedom the goal, the money's going to be there, but the time is the most important thing. Because when you run out of time, no amount of money is going to help you. So get the freedom so you can enjoy life and do the things you want to do. And so with that being said, let's talk about it. And this kind of relates to freedom too, because a lot of people have to give up their freedom to be able to pay for these things. And what are these things? Houses. I tell you day after day that a house that you live in and pay a mortgage on is not an asset, but it's a 100% liability. It's not a good investment for you. How do I know? I've done it. Right? And I did a video earlier talking about the difference between Dave Ramsey and I when it comes to houses. And there's another guy I left out I didn't talk about, but I don't always agree with what this guy says, but he was right about this, and I'll give him credit. That guy being Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone said that we are in a renter nation. And again, I don't always agree with Grant Cardone, but I do agree with this, that we are a renter nation. In fact, I'll take it further. We are a renter generation. I'll say it again. We are a renter's generation. So if you look around, the average person makes about, I want to say like 40, the average household income in America, that's two people usually, it's about $48,000. Not a lot of money. $48,000 today is going to get you a house in a neighborhood that you don't want to be living in a neighborhood that you don't want to raise your kids in. That's a guarantee. Now, if you go up to about 100 grand a year, now most people won't do that because their only source of income is a job, and the job's not going to double your salary. In fact, they're looking to cut your salary or cut benefits so they can take home more money. So we know your job's not going to be the one that's going to bail you out of this and get you a home. We know that banks are not your friends when it comes to home ownership. Sure, the bank will loan you money, but the bank's paid as soon as the paperwork's completed and stamped. That's done. And then your loan is probably sold to someone else, which is called a derivative, but I'm not going to dive into all of that today. We're going to keep it plain and simple today on this Friday. By the way, if you're sitting there going TGIF, then I can guarantee you, you are not doing what you were put on this earth to do. That's a fact. I've done it. I know. So that's why I teach people how to make $10,000 a month from their phones. That gives you freedom. By the way, if you have a question or comment, if you agree or disagree, you're welcome to drop it. If you just want to shout out your city and state, you're welcome to do so. So as I'm driving by, I'm seeing all the, see, I'm a middleman. So as I'm driving by, headed towards the Dallas Cowboys Stadium so I can get me some Cane's chicken fingers for lunch, because I hadn't had it in a while. I don't eat a lot of fast food, but today I feel like eating it. I saw a sign on the side of the road that said pressure washing. All I have to do as a middleman, because I know how to do it so well, I would simply take down that person's information, contact them, see how much they charge, then find out what are they willing to do to work for. After I find out that, I know what I can charge a customer and take as a deposit commission. And then I'll send the work to this person and let them do the work. And I'll continue to go to Cane's. It's that easy. One day I'm going to show you guys live how easy it is to make money from your phone. But if you missed the free live training last night, it was the very last one. I'm going to be spending a lot more time with my students. I got a lot more students than I thought I would have very quickly. And so as they go through the masterclass, it's time for me to start working with them and teach them how to build their businesses all the way out and make money. We had a great time last night. I hate that you missed it. If you want to get the replay of that middleman class last night, put the number 1 in the comments. But if you want to go right into, in fact, put middleman in the comments. But if you want to go right into the middleman course, just check the video description below. You'll find the course link. Get the course before it goes up to the regular price, which is going to be up there. But hey, we don't need everybody in it. We only need the ones who want to change their lives. So it's going to go up. It's going to cost a lot more. My advice to you is get it ASAP. So we are in a renter nation, like Grant Cardone said. But again, I'll take it one step further and I'll say that we are in a renter generation. Meaning that not only will you not be, and I'm not talking to you, I'm just saying the average person, but not only will the average person not be able to afford a home anytime soon, but your kids probably will not be in a position to afford homes anytime soon. So I have a 3-year-old, 1-year-old. If I don't do something today, they won't be able to. Excuse me one second, guys. I would like to get the sandwich combo with a lemonade fruit punch mix and light ice.
Of course. Anything else?
Yeah, add 1 cane sauce to that.
Add 1 cane sauce.
Yep.
Anything else for that order?
No, that'll be it.
And can I get a name for that order?
Yeah, Sean.
Alright, so just make sure I have a sandwich combo with lemonade and high C mix easy ice and an extra cane sauce.
Is that it? Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, it'll be $11.24, the very last window. Thank you.
Think of that, $11 for a fast food combo. So, again, guys, we are not just a renter nation, like Grant Cardone said. I don't agree with a lot of things Grant Cardone said, but I do agree with this one. And he said we are a renter nation. And like I said, I'll take it a step further. We are not just a renter nation, we are a renter generation, meaning that not only will you not be, you being the average person, not only will the average person not be able to afford a home, but the average person's kids probably won't be able to afford a home in this new America. So I keep telling you guys that the market needs to crash. And I know you watch all these videos and they're telling you the market's going to crash. The houses are coming down in price. Nope. Now, some of the houses will come down. In my neighborhood, houses were so overpriced. They were almost doubling in value in 2 years. Some of those prices are coming down because they were so high. And these are $1.8 million homes, some of them. So sure, they'll come down to like 1.7, 1.5. But just, 4 years ago, those same houses were 800 grand, 900. Now they've doubled in price. So sure, they'll come down because there's not a lot of buyers in the $1.8 million home market. And so if the prices are like ridiculously high, sure, those will come down. The house that I sold in 2022, I sold it for right at $700,000. Now that house can only sell for $600,000. See, lost equity. So I always tell you guys that you make money when you buy, not when you sell. As soon as you buy, whatever your position is when you buy is going to determine whether it's capital gains or capital losses. That's why I always tell you, if a stock market, somebody asked me on here, listen, if a stock market's at an all-time high like it is today, why would you buy? If a stock market's at an all-time low, then I would buy and ride it up to the high. If the housing market is at an all-time high, why in the world would I buy a house now? That's why I keep saying we need a crash, because you can get wealthy, you can get rich in a crash. And I don't throw that word around lightly. I feel like if you make about $250,000 a year, $1 million every 4 years, you're rich. You don't have to make millions a year. No, you're rich though. You can live the life you want to live. Inflation's not going to bother you. So, that's funny because my business is due to make over 300 this year, which is the most we've ever made so far. We only made 77 in my first year, which was 2020. Now we got it up to 300, and hopefully one day beyond that. But we're thankful for that. So I believe we're in a generation of renters. And what does that mean? That means that the affordability crisis that we have in the housing market will just continue to happen. The reason I know it is because I keep telling, because you guys are like, man, the housing market's going to crash. I'm telling you it's not going to crash. Yes.
It's 11:20.
So I'm telling you that it won't crash. And the reason why is because of demand. Now, whenever they raise the interest rates are designed to stop you from spending. So interest rates just make money more expensive to borrow. So because money is more expensive to borrow, people tend to say, time out, I'm not going to borrow right now, we'll wait. And that's where the interest rates, yeah, just a little bit of catch up. And so that's what.
Just a second on my card and receipt.
Oh, there's something else?
No, I said just a second on your card and receipt.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And sometimes I forget, like when I'm doing different things. All right, thanks so much. You too. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, so the interest rates on the houses have gone up, right? And the interest rates are designed to slow down spending, make you think twice about borrowing money. That's what interest rates going up is supposed to do. The problem, we got a twofold problem now. This is why you don't see housing crashes. So typically, when interest rates go up, markets crash because people stop buying, they stop spending, they stop borrowing. Companies stop hiring, they put a freeze on hiring. Builders stop building apartments, stop building houses. Everything kind of slows down. The reason it slows down is because the money is more expensive to borrow, and companies say, I'll wait until the rates go down, we don't want to borrow, right? And so twofold issue today. Number one, inflation. This is what's causing the problem today. This is why the housing market has not bottomed out. And you're not going to get this on a lot of other channels, but I'm telling you, this is why. The housing market has not bottomed out because, yes, interest rates are high, but interest rates are only like an influencer. They don't tell the whole story. They're designed to crash the market and slow the market down, but they haven't been able to do it. The reason being inflation. That's number one. What does that mean? Inflation means there's too much money in the economy, too much. So too much money chasing the same goods drive the cost of goods up. You have $1, I have $1, the bread's $1. You have $2, I have $2, the bread is $2. You and I both are chasing the same goods. Now multiply that by millions around the country. So the cost of everything goes up. That's what inflation means. Inflation simply means the cost of living is too high, number one. And number two, there's too much money in the economy. Now, the other question's got to be asked, well, how did the money get there? Because you and I are sitting back going, where is all this too much money? How come I don't have it? I sure like to get my hands on this too much money, right? Where's the money? Where'd the money come from? How did we get too much money and I don't have mine, right? The way that we got too much money is, think back to COVID, 2020, 2019, 2021, stuff like that. So the government, first of all, fired you from your job by closing your job, which was completely Ooh, that should have scared a lot of people when the government was forcing people to close companies. That's scary because that's not freedom, right? We don't want a dictatorship. So the government was forcing people in 2020, I believe, to close their businesses, right? Don't want that. And so those businesses were getting closed, paychecks were gone, and then the government steps in and says, we're going to give you your paycheck and we're going to give you extra money, unemployment benefits on top of that. Okay, so now we got a real problem. Now, the problem isn't that people are getting paid because you took their jobs away. They need income. Got that. And it's taxpayer money anyway, so give it to them. The problem was you're keeping them from getting paid and you're paying them more than the jobs paid. Now we have more money going out than coming in. There's no money coming in. All the money's going out. There's freeze on student loans, freezes on mortgages. Nobody's making money. Money is flooding into the economy out of nowhere. It like literally is raining dollars. Now, this felt good when you cashed your check, went to the bank, saw your money on your account, got out, bought your little Gucci purse or your Kate Spade or whatever people buy, took your little vacation. You know, got you a nice car, put some rims on it, if they still do that, I don't know. And bought you a nice shirt, got you a $100 polo shirt, flossed on Instagram, I got you. But what you didn't realize, and most people didn't realize, is that, wait a minute, that money that just flooded into the economy and has out of nowhere, that money is going to cause a problem. Now we have a bathtub, financially speaking, that's plugged. And the water's still running. The water is the money that's just flooding into the economy. So at some point, we're going to have a real problem on this bathroom floor. And whoever lives below us, they're going to have a problem too. And so now the problem is trickling down because money flooded the economy, right? Without goods being produced, without any work being done. It was just given away. All right, now that money's still out there, and now that money's chasing the same goods, and the government who gave you the money in the first place, created the inflation in the first place, are the ones saying, hey, I think I know how to fix it. Well, I hope you do, because you created the problem. You actually created this mess by closing everybody's job and giving us free money. Now we got a real problem on our hands. We can't afford anything. And now the average person is struggling. Well, I make 50 grand a year, check to check. I make 80 grand a year, check to check. You almost have to be mandatory to get to 100,000 a year, 6 figures a year, to not have to live paycheck to paycheck. That's how bad it is. And that's pathetic. But I'm giving you the reality, not to scare you, but to inform you so that you can go, you know what, that's right. That's what's going on. Let me figure out how to move. What's my next move? What I need to do to get prepared. If I want to buy a house, nothing wrong with buying a house. I'm going to buy a house. My advice is just don't buy them with your paycheck because there's no such thing as a 30-year job now. You're going to need a job for 30 years if you go and buy that house with a paycheck. Somebody in that house is going to have to work to pay for this house for 30 years. There's a better way to do it. It's not with the paycheck. I tried that. It's very depressing and stressing. You don't want to live that way. I learned my lesson. Learn from me. I got friends who are realtors who watch this channel and they know I don't play. They know not to even ask me about a house until I have an asset that'll pay for the house. What does that look like? All right, what do I want? Because the houses I like are nice now. I don't want no average house. I want a house I'm going to walk into and go, holy cow, this is my house. I want to live a good life. The Bible says we have mansions in heaven. Why we're not trying to live like that here? I've been in a duplex. I've been in shotgun houses. I've been in struggle life. You can have that. I don't want that. And so you can go and buy the house with your paycheck. And because that's your only source of income, you have to keep that paycheck for 30 years or you lose your house. Or you can get your money out of the bank, go establish a business, go get an asset, let it grow, mature, make money, and then use that money to pay for the house. See, I just changed your life. Before you buy the house, get an asset, whether it's a business, investment, I don't know, I don't care. Just don't buy the house with your paycheck. If you buy the house with your paycheck, it's going to be a hard, hard life for you and your family. My advice, don't do it. What's up to everybody jumping on late? I'm about to get off, almost home. I'm chilling today. I can really chill every day because My VA takes care of everything. I'll check the account later, see how we're doing. But I'm just chilling right now. Just want to relax. I'll probably do something I enjoy today, like fishing. So that's what I'll tell you guys. Look, freedom is the number one thing. I don't make $1 million a year. My business only makes 300 grand. That's it. That's not $1 million, not even close. But guess what? Because I make it from my phone, I don't have to leave my house to go to work. And you don't even have to make that. I've been doing it since 2020. My first year was only $77,000. You could do that. If your bills are less than that, you don't have to leave your house either. So, but again, the housing market is not going to crash because of inflation, which means too much money is in the economy. And number two, I know I'm going to get in trouble, and you're probably going to get in your feelings, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm a big boy, you're a big boy, you're a big girl, you can handle this. The reason the housing market has not crashed, is because you guys are obsessed with buying houses. Americans are obsessed. They lied and told you that was the American dream. That is not the American dream. The American dream is freedom. Freedom. Freedom to do whatever you want to do with your time. Freedom to not work hard and still make money and live a good life. Freedom to travel and enjoy life and see this beautiful world that God created. Freedom. Most of your parents and your grandparents never left the country. Never left their state. Because they worked their butts off for 30, 40 years, got retirement. That won't be there for you. The name of the game is not to be rich. It's not to be a millionaire. There's nothing wrong with that. I hope to be that. And I hope you become that. But the real name of the game is freedom. If you can create freedom, you can enjoy your life. You can make $50,000 a year without having to go to work. That gives you 40 hours a week to do whatever you want to do. Normally, you sell that time. By the way, if you missed the live training last night, we had a blast. It was my live training. I'm on my last live training, so we had a good time. A lot of people got started on starting their own middleman businesses from their phone, and my goal is to teach them how to make 10 grand a month very quickly. Very quickly. And I have students that are headed towards that right now, and I haven't even been doing this long. Teach them the same thing I've been doing. So, but if you missed it and you want to get the recording of the last training, go ahead and put middleman in the comments below. And if you want to go ahead and get into the masterclass and use the discount code, go to the video description below and click the middleman masterclass. Use the discount description. The class will soon be $5,000. There's a reason it's going to be that, because I'm going to have students that make $5,000 in a week. That's just the goal. So if you can make $5,000 in a week or two, or if I can teach you how to make $100,000+ a year, wouldn't it be worth investing $5,000 to learn how to make $100,000? I think that's a great trade. That's value. I'd pay you $5,000 every day if you can bring me 100 back. I'd be like, how many times can we do this? I'll go get another 5. Let's go. Let's not stop. Right? Somebody said middleman. Jawan said middleman. So I'm driving right now. I can't really put the link in. But what you can do, if you want to get that live recording, I'll drop it. I'll drop the link in the first comment below, or you could just comment after this video goes off, and or under any of the videos, put middleman. I'll teach you how to do it. It was so much fun last night, and I usually don't always talk about like what goes on in the class, because we talk about a bunch of personal stuff, and I don't like to. I don't know how people feel sometimes about just talking about some stuff they've been through. But I've literally had like students reach out, and like we were talking last night, and then students will chime in and say, "Hey, look," and they're doing me a favor. Like, I didn't ask them to do it. They're just like, "Hey, if you need me, let me know. I'll jump on and share my experience." And I'm like, "Bet, yeah." So we'll be on it. I've been making money, and he was like, "Look, Sean's not teaching you to be rich, not teaching you to be a millionaire. That is the goal. You definitely want to become that. There's nothing wrong with that." Main goal, and he'll tell you, he was like, "This dude's teaching you how to be free." He was like, "I spent the entire weekend hanging out with my grandma." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I thought he was gonna say like his girl, his friends." He's like, "No, I spent the entire weekend hanging out with my grandma, going to garage sales." Now, you know I'm not making this up. You'll see it if you put middleman in the comments. And he was like, going to garage sales, hanging out with my grandma, and he was like, I'm sitting there in the car booking jobs, taking $150, $250 deposits just like that. And he said, my grandma's, hey, let's go, like yelling at me. And then he said, he told his grandmother he was going to hire a VA in the next 3 to 6 months. So he's hands off. He doesn't have to do that. But for the first 3 months, I at least want you to learn your business so you can train your VA. I'll teach you all that. And he said, I told my grandma that I was going to be hiring a VA. He said, my mom and grandma wants to be me. He even messaged me. He was like, what do you think about that? I was like, dude, I don't know. Go for it. If they want to do it, let them do it. And that way your whole family's working for you. You employ your whole family and you take care of your whole family through a business you created from your phone. Are you kidding me? You talk about freedom? Now that's freedom. All right, guys, I'm pulling up at my house. I got to go. I got some things I got to do today. I'm going to have some fun today. If you want to get Art of War, Shon-Jhon, and everybody else, if you want to get that last recording of that last training, put Middleman in the comments. If you are ready to go ahead and you're like me and you're like, man, look, say less, let's start, teach me how to make 10K, let's go. Then that link, the discount link before the course goes up to $5,000, because the course is going up to $5,000 very, very quickly. So, but before it goes up to $5,000, guys, I'm going to put a discount link for everybody who's watching this video just to say thanks and for allowing me to teach you this. I know what I say on this channel is controversial when it comes to houses and bank accounts and one source of income, but I'm telling you that stuff is dangerous. But anyway, I'm going to put it in the video description below. Put Middleman under this video. You'll get the class. You'll get that live free class. And if you want to go ahead and start in the course, learn over the weekend or whenever, and start one-on-one coaching with me, because I'm going to be with you throughout the process, then go into the video description below, click the link for the Middleman course. If you wait, I'm telling you the course is going to be $5,000. I'm just giving this to y'all up front. I'm telling you where it's going to be. You know I'm not making this up. You know I'm serious. But if you go now, you don't have to pay that. You're welcome to pay that, but I'd rather you go now, get started, keep your money, grow your business. Let me help you. All right, I got to go. Put Middleman in the comments below under the video, and I'll see you guys whenever I do the next video. Enjoy your day, enjoy the weekend, enjoy your week, be blessed, enjoy life, love on somebody. Don't get stressed out. You'll get a house. Just don't buy it with your paycheck. Be patient. It'll be there. You'll make money from your phone if you let me teach you. All right, have a wonderful, blessed day, guys. Peace.